Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back everybody to Dyson Sphere Program Rise of the Dark Fog 3000% difficulty. Last episode or last stream I should say, we've just finished setting up turrets. We have a pretty stable line of defense now. And one of the first things I need to actually decide is which base I want to keep to farm. And we have two options. First one is the most obvious one, which is this one. But I kind of don't like the positioning of this base. I think that the best one to farm out is gonna be this one. I can build a very nice base over here. It's gonna be very easy to take these two bases out. The only big problem is that I'm gonna have some land actually blocked out. Potentially some copper. And copper at this point is the most important resource. Well, that's all great and whatnot. That's gonna be in a long while. We will not have to worry about that for, again, quite a while. Right now, the first thing I want to do is, well, first of all, patch all the terrain irregularities around here. Research is still going at what I would think to be a fairly decent rate. Right. First thing I want to do here is actually increase the research rate. Research is not going at a decent rate, as I have previously stated. Research is actually going extremely slow. I will hook up a few oil extractors. How many do I have here? I'll leave these ones out for now. I'll just hook up these three. So let's go ahead and do 3 of these. How am I doing with belt? 300, 400 belt. 400 belt should be plenty. Okay, that's all I wanted to put down there. Is this one down? This one seems to be down, so I can really remove that. And do I have some battlefield on me? I do have a few of them. Let's go ahead and start building. I want to get over there, so I might actually just do a jump over here and let this one connect like that. Will this go over the deposit? No. Actually rather nice. I want to connect this line. So let's take that middle line that connects all the way over here as a reference. This will go all the way over there and... Oh, okay. This is not connected. Can I do some wind turbines? Not a lot, but should be enough to allow me to connect everything. Let's connect down here. We need one going up. What? Okay, that was weird. What? Okay, for a second there it looked like it wouldn't connect. It did connect, so we're all good. And we need to do that one over there. Is that one powered? Yes, it is. I cannot tell if there's oil there, but there seems to be oil. Will this one fit? No. We'll do a power pole in that case. No more wind turbines. Everything is connected though. That one is connected. That means our research should pick up fairly soon. Only 1300k here. Let's do this. Let's get one of these trackers. I'm thinking how to set up the alarm here. So I want it on a fail condition and the target flow rate. I want the target flow rate to be can I type this? Fail and no, that's not what I want to do. Let's keep it simple. No cargo. Whenever this is not fully compressed, we'll have to address it. What's the power situation? 61 megawatts. That's fairly decent, I would say. And well, right now I want to actually do let me take a quick pause and remember what I've queued up for research. This is a fairly expensive one, but I You know what? I can deal without that. I can deal without that. I'm gonna redo this, but what am I missing? I'm missing some iron. Do I have steel? I have too much steel on me, so I need to be careful not to take more steel. Everything else is in decent ratios, I would say. That one goes like this, this one goes like this. I don't know why I did anything different to begin with, but did do it differently. I was thinking what's the best way to proliferate, that's why I did it, but I took silicon instead of glass, obviously. And I'm out of oils. Let's take 100 of those. Let's squeeze in a purple over there. Unfortunately, no. That should do the trick though. Just in case, I'll put fast inserters over here. Regular inserters are more than enough for output, and now we actually have a proper ratio. I'll keep an eye out on these. I want to get more stations relatively soon. Well, we'll see how fast I can actually get that. Okay, this was a big one. That's gonna give us more resources. That's gonna buy us more time. Next thing I want to do is I want to start clearing out this line over here. I'll do a mall. It will be this line and I think this line. Actually, sorry, that's not a mall that I'm gonna do. That is gonna be a resource storage depot. I really hope I don't cut out any connections. $59. This is actually still a connection. Let's... Okay, they are still connected, that's great. I'll have to figure out rockets. Let's do the achievement. For that, I actually don't know where to actually put that, so... anything will do, I guess. And what did I want to do here? I wanted to do a storage box. I really dislike that tab shortcut. But, well, eventually I'll get used to it, I guess. And one of the things I tried to do from the last stream, I realized that my game and audio are competing quite a bit. I've tried to turn the game down a bit more. Hopefully the audio quality is slightly better now. Let's start doing the mall unload here. So what I want to do is, well, something that's gonna last us until, at least until I finish clearing up this system. So I don't want to upgrade this to an ILS system anytime soon. We might have multiple dark fog farms, but I want something that is easy to build. Let's do some of those. And the most basic principle that we can do is one of those here, and then we have a container. I need to build containers. I need to build a lot of containers. I'm probably missing iron. Yes, indeed. I am missing iron. Iron is over here. We have plenty, so to speak. Nothing is plentiful in this playthrough, but yeah, the most basic thing is okay. Let's do this. Let's take up all the stone I can scrounge. I think that's a word. Sounds like a word. As I was saying, most basic thing I can think of is this. Now, you put a depot here, you put one belt, you load, and that's it. The problem with this system is the fact that, well, it's gonna get full, it's gonna block, and it's very difficult to like, I could put a monitor on the belt here. That's the immediate upgrade. So you'd have a belt like this, and then you'd have a monitor. If there's resources on the belt for more than X seconds, do an alarm, but at that point this is already blocked. The beauty of this is that it can be extremely compact, but I do want a bit of resilience in the system. I do want to have a bit of time to react. As such, also very important when designing this, I want this to stretch vertically a lot, maybe at least until the equator, but I want to go as far down as possible. Always build here because space constraints. Buildings here are closer than at the equator, and if you build here, you're sure that if you blueprint, this will be expandable all the way as long as you don't cross the tropics. Anyway, so what I'm gonna do also with the chest, with the depot here, there's two options. You put a depot and you put a loader. That will generally work. The problem with that is that you're gonna have lots of power consumption, and well, the benefit is that even at tier 1 you have two stacks. What I like to do though is do something along the lines of this, and I think I can actually do it over here. No, this one cannot be over there. It needs to have at least one space in between. So this will output as a priority in this direction. This will just proxy items through. And then you have a chest here and a chest here. This will filter. So let's set it up for iron. Make sure we don't unload anything that we don't want to. This is already set for iron. And oh yeah, last thing. Over here I want to have a monitor. Okay, last one I always should remember is priority here. So this has output priority here, but this also needs to have input priority, because otherwise, if this for any reason overflows, this is gonna take mixed inputs, and that's gonna, if you have a full belt coming in, that's gonna cause more things to overflow. Condition here is global alarm when cargo pass. That's it, that's the whole condition. I usually just assign a number here. No filters, no nothing, no conditions. Whenever there's cargo on the belt, let's do that with 0. Whenever there's cargo on the belt, there should never be cargo on the belt here. And basically what happens is that this one will be able to expand, but here we're gonna get an alarm as soon as there's cargo on the belt. When there's cargo on this belt, this will already be full, technically, theoretically. And we have until this one completely fills up to deal with the situation, and at least turn off the dark fog drop for that. So this is gonna be the basic blueprint. Now I need to figure out what's the correct pattern here. Is this too much? Let's see, use now. Can this be plotted down? Yes, this can actually be plotted down. I want this to be as dense as possible. I'm missing something. I want to have a power pole there. I get rid of that, and I think that this is gonna be the blueprint. And excuse me for just a second, I will... this is a very annoying part, to be honest. I would really wish to be able to see the dark fog drops. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna pull on my secondary monitor, I'll pull a screenshot. Yeah, I did disable those. That's perfect. And well, let's start. Let's start configuring. Here I can do copy paste. There's no need to change anything there. So basically this is all the setup I need. I do have to figure out how I'm gonna pass the ammo belt. Okay, so that's stone, that's magnets. Yeah, it was worth a shot. I wanted to see if I can copy paste Maybe the filter somehow magically copies into this one, but I cannot. Okay, that's gonna hold up for a while. Let's plot a few more. So I'm left here. I'm gonna continue there. Oh, okay, interesting. Belt. I do need to set up a mall as well. Okay, that's something I've never done, although I was meant to do that at some point. Let's do that now. We need to start stockpiling rockets. You know what? A full load of rockets should be more than enough. Okay, this doesn't work. This will eventually come down over here like this, and that's gonna be my second lane. Let's just do this, I think. That's not good. I've actually cut power over here. There's still a power connection. Have to double check that. We can remove all of that. So we've now routed the missiles slightly in a more slightly convenient direction. We can store the excess over there. Maybe 20. I'm not gonna set up the whole mall now. We'll add recipes as we go through. How am I doing with... Okay, let's do a quick sort. Just 10 of those. I need more. I'm out of iron, as expected. So I'm using 3 of these. Yeah, 3 of these per blueprint. That's probably the most expensive, well, except belt. That's very disappointing. Those crystal drops are very slow. Anyway, let's continue. So this is silicon. Let's call this resource sort basic, maybe. Let's do a 2 and I'll use this icon and so the small chest. We can save this. Okay, that's a better name. I do have a few sorters that I've used across between playthroughs. This one I like quite a bit. I don't think I've ever used this exact pattern, or maybe I've used something very close to this. Let's see, titanium. Where's titanium? There's no titanium yet. I do have this one though. Graphite? Graphite, yes. Next one is steel. Build a bit more. I have to be careful because I'm getting out of the range of the signal tower. Shouldn't be that big of a deal, but well, still should be careful. Okay, what's happening here? Why is there no research happening? And I'm probably gonna run out of power poles sooner or later, so let's unbelievable. I've actually removed too much belt. I was not meant to remove that one. For some reason I thought that there is an extra belt there when I removed it. So that was steel. Next one is glass. If I'm doing any mistakes setting this up, I should realize fairly fast that something is not sorting up. And what do we have? We have gears next. Magnetic coils. Electronic, well, circuit boards. Engines. That was the wrong copy paste. Should be circuit boards here. Okay, yep, that's correct. That's engines. What do we have after engines? After engines, we actually have the energy shards. And after energy shards, we have microcrystalline components. I'm actually skipping a few items that I have not researched. Hopefully that's not gonna be an issue. I am running low on belt. Oh, I've missed one. I've missed the electric motors. Yeah, this one. There is quite a bit of difference in pace, I would say, from previous episodes. Once we have rocket turrets, missile turrets, we're actually in a bit of a stable state. So yeah, I might consider turning here. I might consider turning because I am running out of the cover of this one. What did I do here? Combustible fuel, pretty sure of it. Oh, because I have no belt. Is that working now? That's working. Yeah, I'll actually do a turn here. I'll expand this a bit later. This will start to drain very fast now. I do have a couple more backups. This was a fuel. So over here I should be able to just flip the blueprint. Let me make sure that this will also work at the bottom here. Collide with other objects, so it needs to be on this line. You can actually see it moving, which is very annoying. I don't want to use too much foundation either because I do not have that much foundation. More iron and probably a few more other things. I did lose a few megawatts of power there. I need to be careful not to... Okay, let's just grab iron from here. I'm also missing chests. I get any more stone? Not enough. No more stone, that's it. I should probably put an iron mine to get more stone. Although I kind of don't want to mine that. Anyway, I think I'm getting pretty close to what I need to sort out for now. So we have this one. I kind of don't like foundation being in this place. It is a bit vulnerable. Processors, yes, I do have processors. Was it that one? Yes. Need to make sure I put the filters on the right chests. And I should start to get more chests now. Hydrogen. Maybe for hydrogen... Generally speaking, you don't want hydrogen stored in containers like this one. They fill up extremely quickly. Okay, we have durability. Not sure it was critical to have that one, but still good to have. I think more or less covered everything I'm gonna add. Ethereum. So we have hydrogen, we have deuterium, and I'll just add the grading crystals now. They're gonna come in just a couple of levels. I don't think we're dropping them yet. So let's actually check, make sure that I've covered everything that we're dropping. We are getting crystal silicon drops, but oh, actually I know how to do that. Or do I? That's annoying. That is really annoying. Let's do this. Let's filter things out. Let's clear here. Let's clear here. And this is gonna be the priority. That's gonna... Technically, that's gonna be the catch-all. Any new resources are gonna go in there. And I'll move that one just a space. Well, I'll move all of them a space further, I guess. And okay, let's figure out a way to do this. Collect it and then... Sure, whatever, doesn't matter. This one, we can do it like that, and probably should do something about that one as well. I'll actually do one more over here, and I'll stay with these battle stations. That was might have been a bit too much. Let's... No. Over here. Over here. This is still consuming... We still have 10k over here. How many storage chests would 10k be? Storage chest, that's actually not bad. I want to get rid of... Always press the chase down first. I want to get... or reposition this base. We do need coverage here as well. let's move everything into one that can unload. Oh, this is so nice to actually have movement speed. And this one, I think we can do something along the lines of this. A lack of items, sure, I should have plenty over here. I cannot reach the other ones to sort them out, but that's okay. I actually never tested this. If I bury the resources, will this still work? Awesome. The answer is yes. Still works. That one is no longer needed, and I can do some spaghetti over here. Let's go with this setup. 1, 2, 3, 4. This will have output priority here. Actually, just keep it simple. Actually, no, this is not gonna be good enough because the stack here is just 50. So that's 1.5k, 1.5 times 4 is just 6,000. I still have 10,000 here. I'm gonna get... Let's queue up a couple more researches. I will want vertical construction fairly soon. I keep dying a lot, so let's get that one. Let's queue that one up so we can fly. Let's queue. Let's not go into cruise yet. Construction dome. All of these researches are very cool and very nice to have, but let's switch over here for just a second. I want to unlock crystal, I want titanium, and I want geothermal. I might want this one as well. We need maglev. This one is fairly important for what's coming up next. Okay, what's top priority? Let's figure that one out. A super magnetic field generator. Actually, no. Let's do this. Let's go with maglev first. Oh yeah, this is a very steep price. Hydrogen fuel rods I'm not gonna use very soon. That's a very expensive one. I want that one, and we'll continue with geothermal extraction afterwards. Let's see if I need to speed geothermal extraction. I don't think I'll need to. Just in case I do, we'll continue that afterwards. My second one. Once I get to 3, potentially 4 of these, we're gonna start taking bases down. Until then, research sorting can be marked as done. Okay, this is not great, so I'm actually gonna make sure that this belt is at least fully filled up. That's 7k and it's gonna run dry soon. This is still holding fairly well. Yeah, let's do, I think I'm gonna need one more here. At this moment, the only thing I really care is to make sure that I mine all the nodes. There is a point here where I am actually touching everything. That's perfect. Let's get some help over here. That's awful. Is really awful placement. This is... oh, that's perfect. Battlefield station can go here. We still have 120. We're tapping. Not yet planned. 76 not planned. That's plenty, I think. That should be good enough. That will make that one will run first, so when the alert comes back online, I know that basically that one is depleted. What am I missing? please. Where is it? Oh, I still have them on me this time. I can remove and store everything here. Pick up my inventory again. What are we doing? This one though, this was the one that had most things. Can I help? Should I help with anything? No, I don't think I need to. Whatever, I'll very quickly take care of the excess ore I have in my inventory. This and this can be burned. I am making sure to copy paste all of them individually as what gives. Rocket fuel. Okay, what's this one then? Did I set up 2 of them for rocket fuel? Okay, I guess I have an extra rocket fuel. I'll just repurpose this for something else later. Should not be that big of a deal. Any more crystals? Lots of random stuff. Let's do a chest of shame somewhere. Clear this and I'll actually drop everything I want to get rid of in here. Was that it? I guess that was it. This is my second. I have 2 signal towers right now. I'm a bit reluctant to remove this one. Where's copper? Okay, this is still running at full speed. And because of that, this will never back up. I'm thinking if there's anything interesting I can do with the configuration there. Maybe there is, I don't know. Well, in the meantime, let's do a few more chests. Energy shield capacity, that's actually gonna be a very nice upgrade. Before I regret it, I want to upgrade a couple of things that I know will back up sooner rather than later. Well, it was that one. That one as well, and well, the rest I'll just do however many chests I still have left, which was those. And I know I have a stone depot there, but I cannot really use that. That one is a bit too far away, but I think I need to use that one. I don't know why I'm spending so much time trying to figure out the best place. It will be extremely irrelevant, as all this is gonna do is this. So stone gets converted into stone brick. There is an old recipe here to make silicon out of stone. I don't think I need that much silicon right now. We'll see, we'll check that later. For now, I just want to be able to get some stacks of stone. Whenever the need arises. Of course, it's too close. This is gonna be very far, but well, let's do 2 stacks. Why not? I'll put a hat on this one a bit later. Can this actually? No, this cannot empty fast enough. This actually can. That's good. Finally, a nice round number. What's happening here? I would not expect that one to be that low. Nope, that's bad. Let's finish setting up the chests. Okay, I'm guessing the Dark Fog does not drop these items yet. Ethereum, no. Grating, no. Okay. We have engines. Plenty of engines, we just need some coal. that thing's gonna drive me crazy. So let's go ahead and fix that. I'll try to take the shortest path, although let's see. Well, I don't really care about fuel right now. I have lots of energy shards. Is that one done? This one is done. Well, it would be very nice if it would tell me in the same units. I could do the math, but 5 times 60, that is 300, but it's 60 divided by 6 because the cycle is 6 seconds. So that's 30. Okay, something was off there. I think if I set it to 15. That's yeah, no, that's good. That's good. A bit too much math for. Alright, because this takes priority because this is a T-junction. Sure, makes some sense, I guess. Actually, makes a lot of sense. Anyway, let's see if I finally have. Okay, how am I doing with power? So when everything's working, it's actually quite intensive. Very quick moment over here to see what's happening. There's still 10 bases over here, so they didn't grow. This one has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bases, so this is easier to take down. It was just saying it requires warp drive to be able to get there. All battlefields are... no, not all. For some reason I forgot to start downloading this one. Doesn't matter. Random solar panel. Sure. We have flight. We have our first flight, and No more crystals. That's a bit annoying. I was hoping to start assaulting the base. Oh, okay. I was actually, I was like, why is there no silicon? There is silicon on the bottom one. And I guess this is... I guess this is where I make a save. No, let's see how this goes. Okay, I think the next one I'm placing is gonna be in the range. Let's cover that one and well, best of luck to me. I am more than ready to load at this point. Also, when everything, all of this is happening, it's so easy to lose track of my cursor. Very annoying. Okay, this is the first big wave. I need to be ready to deconstruct. Okay, it's not that bad. I'm wondering if I should have an extra set of turrets. I actually think I'm gonna make an extra set of turrets. I will actually make... there's not enough firepower. Let's use Dark Folk resources as much as possible, whenever they're available. Do I have drives? Not a lot, but enough to make turrets. I should have steel. And I should have motors. We can bury this. Make sure that they're not in the way. And actually I need to start from the other side. So this one goes here, this one goes here, and this one goes... I realized way too late that I'm actually facing the wrong way with the turrets, but it is what it is. I'm not gonna correct that now. Let's see, where do we have power outages? There, there, and... Really? That doesn't reach the last one. Okay, I can discard this one. I can discard all my gun turrets. Move that one. Actually, let's do this. Let's move those ones. And I think I'll stick just with those ones for now. Let's check power consumption. I want to make sure that when everything is firing, I am still within a healthy margin. Or check if I'm not still in a healthy margin, as currently is the case. So I'm missing iron. Get a spare stack of iron and let's go find a nice ocean and build more of these things. I'll continue building over here. Let's get things out of the way. For some reason I remember that there's way more ocean. That actually was towards this direction. Nice. We get those now. I actually need to go update them all. How much did I add? I added about 12 megawatts. I think that should be enough. I'll wait for the next attack to confirm. But I think that should be plenty. What was I doing? Yes. Resource sorter basic. I think this is the one that we've just created. So this one is filtering from magnetic turbines, and this one will be filtering out everything else. Turbines. Let's do it like this. Okay, what am I researching? I'm gonna get super magnetic field generators. Immediately I'm gonna get the crystals. I can actually queue up more researches now. I don't need this one. I want to start getting some titanium. And I want that one. Okay, let's check power. That's good. that is plenty of power, so let's try again. I'll just overwrite it, there's no... There's no point in keeping that one. Okay, a bit of damage. This is substantially smoother. Okay, this is gonna be the backup, and well, let's do a couple of tries here. I'm actually quite hopeful with this amount of turrets. We are destroying the core right now. Did I lose both? I was sure I was able to save one of them. That's rather unfortunate that I actually lost both there. But it is what it is. I'll leave the core B for now. Am I actually okay with the fact that I lost both? I am... I'm not sure I'm okay with that. We'll get the technology very soon to build more. I was sure I managed to save at least one of them, but it is what it is. Okay, that one I don't like, and I don't have enough to cover everything. So let's try that fight again. Okay, that is enough to keep them at bay. Let's progress a bit. The main objective is to actually get the core down. Am I not reaching the core over here? Am I not reaching the core yet? Okay, losing one is okay. Losing one I don't really care that much. Okay, I apparently got aggroed by a turret, and I either didn't realize or I'm actually one-shottable. I don't think I should be one-shottable, so most likely I didn't realize that I'm that close. Losing shield quite a bit. Now I did notice. That's probably what happened last time as well. I didn't notice that my shield is dropping that fast. Shield, that's good. I didn't lose any stations, which is even better. Core is down, which means that this is gonna be just a formality. Okay, so this is more or less how we were expecting this to work in the first place. But because of this, I'm actually gonna reprioritize. I really wish I could sort these things out, but super magnetic, crystal smelting, and titanium smelting. Super magnetic, crystal, and titanium. What? Oh, never mind. That's a requirement as well. So we'll do that one, and finally this one, followed by that one and that one. Preemptively, I'll do a tower over here. And why not? Let's save. That's the best outcome we're gonna get. I kind of want to push one more base, to be honest. I want to move all of this a bit further away because over here I'm gonna have the mall. They started rebuilding, but that's not gonna be a threat for a long time. As I want to get, I could just put foundation over that, but I want geothermal extraction. That's a lot of free power. That's gonna be like 20, is that 20 megawatts? How much does this actually produce? Regardless, it's much more than 300 and it is free permanent power. So basic is 4 megawatts and generally we're gonna get a 300 to 500 multiplier. So 500, that's gonna be 25, 300, that's gonna be 15. Completely free megawatts. The only problem is placement. They're permanent buildings. But I guess even until I start taking out that base, okay, oh, I must have been thinking of, Factorial. I am starting to plan a new Factorial series at some point soon. Something is off here. I have only 3 veins highlighted, but yeah, finishing this idea, the copper stack is actually 100, same as the unsmelted one, so that is perfectly fine. I will push the envelope here a bit. This is a bit of a mess, but even if I get spray coats, this one, I would still be very happy. Okay, this one is dead. Or well, 300, yeah, that's basically that. I want to make the most out of the copper. So let's see if I can come up with a creative way of does that cut power anywhere now? Perfect. So we're gonna try to again make the most out of this copper as well. Speaking of making the most, let's do that also by extracting all of it. I need to unbury the ore. So we have supposedly 5 veins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the last one? Yeah, that's the last one. So can I get maybe one like this? Another one. That's not good enough. I can bury them again now. Be able to run this belt. Can I put the missile turrets back? Or at least one of them. I'll call that good enough for now. Once I finish extracting, I'll just well, I want to push everything further away, so yeah, that's not a problem. So over here we can now filter these things. That's one more tower I can use. Remove filter. Remove filter. Oh really? I thought for sure I had enough of them. Some turrets, some missiles for myself. I was actually running quite low. 20k more gone, but we are stacking up on missiles. At least I think we do. We are. Yep, that would explain why they were building so slow and why this is fully backed up. Okay, so I will have to do a very short break. Probably somewhere along the lines of 10 to 15 minutes, and is there a pause button in the game? Well, I know that there is this pause, so let's keep the game here. Okay, apologies for the delay. Where was I? Most importantly, why aren't my headphones working? Let's do a quick restart. Okay, so as I was mentioning, one blueprint that I am going to be using. Okay, headphones are back now. Are gonna be the mold blueprints. And I just want to get a feel of how much space do those or these blueprints will actually take, to see how much space I need to push out my defenses. Okay, so I need to get this one. I'll align it to I'll align it over here like this. So I need to push 3 lines of turrets basically. This one needs to go as well, so 1, 2, 3. I'll cut those ones out and let's try to see how. Come on. So I do believe that this will align properly. If I need to cut this one out, I'll do that in the next iteration. Yeah, I do have to fully bury all of this. I want to make sure once more that this is enough. Yeah, so that should actually give me a bit of a space there, bit of a wiggle room. Okay, so rocket belt goes up and over here like this. I will reroute this one over here. Let's start relocating turrets. Defense-wise, I think I should be able to not have issues even if I'm missing a full row, like I am now. Actually, let's use a different routing model. Yep, that one was misplaced. Okay, that is much better. And let's try to actually space these ones properly. If I do it like this, that means everything is now powered. Nope, no, that is misaligned. Lack of foundation. No, that's not great. Really? I can have it. That's weird. I would have thought it would automatically drag it to the closest grid space. Apparently I was wrong. Let's get this one. That looks good. Let's get some foundation now. Almost there with the geothermal extraction. After the geothermal extraction, I'm gonna start sealing off planetary bases. Really hate that this is that far away. That's all I get. Well, should be enough to at least finish this one. It needs to be this way. It's a bit difficult to see on the blueprint, but the belt needs to run on this side. And let's reroute this belt, I guess. We can just go for now, like this. I did not take into account one thing when doing this. I also have the battlefields, or should I say also need to have battlefields. Let's also move these ones slightly further up. That means I should have my first geothermal extraction plant. Oh, there it is. That's quite a few missiles. I'll keep the non-proliferated missiles on me. I think the proliferation only gives the number of shots available, so not that big of a deal. Let's expand this. I need to expand it with 2 more resources. So we have the dark fog matrix. We'll filter that one out here. And we have the photon combiners. Finally, our catch all chest, and we're finally gonna have a filter, a dedicated filter for the crystals, and I'll be able to make a few crystals very soon. But I want to actually make... Oh, that's weird. I can handmade it. Hey, handmade this. Am I missing? Never mind. I have my geothermal stations now. Let's shut that one down. Let's retreat a bit. The core is destroyed. Oh, they're actually retreating. Interesting. Okay, the threat over here is not that bad. And let's get rid of this base. Now, let's see what's the power yield here. 20 megawatts. Not too bad. I don't know if I can keep this one though. don't know if I can keep this one just yet. I am getting into the realm where I can actually activate supernovas. And supernova activation actually means that I can take a huge chunk of a base out whenever I start targeting something. The problem is that if I move that here, I need to drag the belt all the way. The turrets are not that far back, so I'm not worried about... I'm not necessarily worried about the turrets, but let's retreat to the safety of the base for now. Let's make some filters and I'll actually... create some of... Do I need to do crystals? Maybe I need to do a few. I want to have like maybe 5, 10. Signal towers. This one is clear filter and... Really? I did dump all of it. Just a few seconds ago, so yes, that actually makes perfect sense. Let's get rid of the entire stack. Clear the filter here for anything excess. I'm getting grading crystals, I'm getting the deuterium. We'll see if anything else gathers in there that shouldn't. So this is the meridian line or the tropic line. Equator is here and we're gonna build here. That means I have to move that chest. Quite annoying and unfortunate. Smelting facility, silicon transforms into that. Let's do I need silicon? I don't think I'm gonna need silicon for anything anytime soon. Let's get titanium stored as well. Power is barely connected through the bottom. that one's clear. We can now build all the stations we need. No, I'm not gonna build those. Let's keep some crystal silicon on me, I guess. Rid of that, do a bit of sorting. Solar panel is still in the way, somehow. Probably gonna be like that for the rest of the game. That is in the way. Did I sort this out? No, I didn't. I meant to, but then I got distracted. Okay, so we should see titanium. I don't know if those will ever reach higher. But anyway. I'm missing iron. And glass. Did I ever end up researching? No. It is the currently ongoing research. I'm missing just one of those. Let's get some glass and do the last lab. The ratios should still hold. Fully done? Yep, that is fully done. That means this is the only place where I'm extracting copper right now. 23k over there, 21 over here. That one is gonna be a bit tricky to extract for now. This one as well, so that's another 40 that's blocked. This one over here. Yep, that's all the copper I'm gonna get. Plus another 6-7k over here. Plus whatever I'm getting from the dark fog. Okay. What's gonna be the priority? Question mark. I did say I will leave this base as is. I want to take this base out. So let's make a save. I want to decrease my resource spend. We are wasting quite a bit of resources on the dark on the attacks. 12 signal towers should mean Incinerator should mean I should be able to reach that one with at least 5 or 6 to spare. Let's get some steel. That should be enough. How am I doing on engines? Still below 1 stack, but enough to they would have actually killed that one. Finally we have logistics. Let's see, I'm getting in range. Okay, next ones are gonna... Actually, you know what? Let's make a nice blueprint. Well, maybe not nice is the best way to describe it, but it's a blueprint. Let's wait for the attack to pass. We have bots to repair, so hopefully no weird surprises. And let's save once more. I don't want to redo all of this. And then let's start engaging. We're a bit further away from the base, which means that attack speed is slightly lower. I did not realize that they're attacking me, out of all things. But sure. They're still attacking me. They're gonna kill that one. Lost one battlefield, but it's a fairly easy to digest loss. I've also lost one tower, which is not great, but at this point we can rebuild at will. We're not dependent on the dark folk crops anymore. I really hate the fact that the cursor is very easy to lose. At least for me. Spares. I can't believe that core is still up though. Am I not in the range of hitting the core? I am. Core destroyed. lost that one. Yeah, lack of item. That one's fully destroyed. We can clear that one out. And I do have an option right now to potentially relocate my defense over here and just belt the output line. I could move the whole output, but for now it is not all that relevant. I don't need to actually get the power. Threat increase was about the same, so that's 10% per base taken out. It's gonna be 10% over here as well, maybe even less because it's just one more base remaining. We'll have a ton of things in my inventory. It's actually decent drops I'm seeing over here. Okay, two more things. This one goes there, this one stays here. Resort once more. Keep that one there, that's good. And look, I think that right now this is the perfect time to start building my mall. Surely I have some of those. And the reason why I'm building the hats is exactly to prevent me walking that far. Anyway, how many do I have? Okay. Processors. Not many processors. Well, I'm still farming in passive mode, so understandable. So this is auto gas. This is a provider, no drones. If I do this, will it keep the recipe? Yes, it keeps the recipe, but also keeps the configuration. So I think I'll do it like this. I need to remember that I have an empty slot there. Now, one thing I would really hope to see in future iterations of the game is on the requesters the ability to set how many items I am requesting and actually be able to limit on maybe even limit chests on some number of stacks. Because at the very early iterations it is extremely expensive to set up some of the mall items. I still think that this setup is gonna be less resource intensive than doing a belt mall, because those belts on the mall actually buffer quite a bit of resources on them, and priority is not will have preference as well. Not maybe not as big as here, but those were all the processors I had, unfortunately. Am I still building? Yes, I'm still building. Okay, that's this side. So now I will have access to all of these resources anywhere on the planet. Quite exciting. What am I researching? I'm not researching anything. We will have to expand into structure matrices sooner or later. ILS requires yellow, PLS doesn't. I'll have to see if I actually want to do anything with PLSs, but for now, that's definitely a no. High-speed assembly is not that far on my to-do list. This one, however, it is, because that's gonna stretch our resources just that bit more. We need thrusters, we need that one, but not not that fast. We will be able to deal with the first few attacks without the plasma turrets, but we will need PLSs, PDSs. Okay, there's nothing that I immediately need over there. This is not immediately required. That's yellow matrix. Extra distribution range might not be a bad idea, although currently I'm not gonna need it. you that one now. Okay, we can do some personal upgrades first. And let's start building the mall basics. So I want to start by putting down this one. Can I leave a bit of space? Do I need to leave a bit of space here? Yep, I will not have logistic bots for this right now, but actually, what do I need to be able to build logistic bots? I need processors. I guess I'm gonna start making some processors because that's gonna make the mall unbuildable otherwise. So let's do this one. And now start traveling into space. We're gonna do this one and out of resources. Okay, let's see. We need circuit boards, we need microcrystalline components. Do I want to proliferate? Actually, why not? Do I have? I don't think I've placed a chest anywhere. So I'll just partially fill this. I don't want to convert everything. Maybe just that. That is going to make some Some processors at least. So planetary defense will actually give me the laser turrets. The laser turrets is what I'll actually need for the base farm. It's the only sustainable way to actually extract resources. The problem is that since I've last played in one of the patches, it's no longer possible to completely keep aggro on the planetary base without increasing the threat from the hive, which is rather awkward situation. Anyway, this is where we are right now, and I think I'll need to be quite selective here with what I build. I normally am a bit less selective, but yeah, for this one, let's see. Already running out of things. Okay, I need to build the materials to be able to sustain this. This is the first step. This is good. So let's start building from the very edge. Is this actually placing logibots? Yes, this is placing logibots in here. That's not that is not great. Anyway, what I want to group is I want to have the items that are some items will need to be close together. I'm actually double thinking if I actually want to put them close together. Maybe the bots will have to travel a bit more, but I don't think that's gonna be the end of the world actually. So let's just build the bare minimum. So these things can actually be intertwined like this. Let's see, what's the bare minimum I need to get this going? I might automate some of the belts, maybe at least tier 2 or 3 sorters, I don't know. I don't know if I want to waste that many resources, maybe I do, maybe I don't. But anyway, that one, and sorters. Oh, I finally ran out of these things. And I've run out of chests. Which is just something I'll need to actually figure out. But for now, let's build some to keep this build going. Oh, I'm running out of hats as well. That's fortunate. So, okay, let's do just the bare minimum. I need chests, I need assembly machines. I need hats and I need bots and bar balls. Let's do bar balls. Nope. This one is not okay. So, this one goes over here, this one goes over here, and I believe that this should keep me going to be able to get resources to build further. So, hats here and what's here? How many hats am I missing? I'm missing 8 hats. Also missing belt. This one is not started yet, so 160 bots. That's quite a lot of bots, but should be able to build most of them at least. Okay, so let's see. I'm gonna take the bots out of the center ones, for now at least. This is iron and gears. This is iron and circuits. And yeah, this is where I would really wish to be able to get substacks of resources. But anyway, that's not gonna happen. This was meant to be a 3, this was meant to be a 3. Lots of these were meant to be 3 items. I'll just say that I'm rusty. So let's rebuild this one. I do have belt. Really, that was it? Just 100? Even with the proliferation? We have more circuits. But it's not like I have that many microcrystalline components left. And this will now basically... The downside of not so many attacks is that I actually don't get resources in. But the resource drain here is actually decent. I am getting very close to full power there. Really? No more? Okay, let's just set things up. So iron, gears, circuits, iron, gears. I think I need 4 of those. While that is happening, let me just turn things off here. So that's set, that's set. That's actually set. Iron and magnetic coils. Magnetic coils over here. Iron over here. Gas filter. Out of bots, as one would expect. So that one rebuild, that one rebuild. That one rebuild, everything else is good. Now that it is that many items. And what was it? I had the splitter over here, if I'm not mistaken. I had the distributors and the bots over here. Iron gear circuits. Circuits. And iron. This one is iron, plasma exciter, and processors. And I do want to save some plasma exciters for the laser turrets. Iron engines and processors. Still a very tall order. Engines. There we go. So this one is set up, but no bots. Okay, let's do the middle chests as well. Make sure we don't get anything in there by accident. I didn't set this one. This is power balls. Splitters. Assembly machines. sorters, chests, and belt. This one. Done. Okay. I don't think they managed to collect too many. Maybe. Okay, that actually overrides, but only when there's nothing on top. Okay, guessing that all can go away. We don't need all of that. Let's have a quick look at production versus consumption rates. So I want to very closely monitor copper. Copper is the most problematic resource at the very beginning. Missiles also need to be monitored. I'm doing a blue research right now. Actually, maybe I should leave that on. I don't always remember what I'm using to research something. Okay, let's have another look. We still have that side of the planet exposed. We can probably harvest this one. That's a very nice color. We can maybe harvest over here. Though this space, yeah. Oh, this is the place to harvest, I think. This is the place to harvest. We'll need to push very deep into the enemy base, but I think that should be doable. We're still at 10 over here. I wanted to see resources here. We have 1.5k. That's 10 times more than we started with. We should have some titanium, very little silicon, very little coal, but should be enough to be able to proliferate a bit. Still just 5 bases here. And quite a bit of titanium, low silicon, no copper ore, which is very disappointing. Low solar, low wind, low everything. So not that interesting of a planet. I do need to kill the bases to stop these guys from growing, which is gonna be... is this thing gone? Yes. Finally mined everything here. Let's see. We have 6k left. That's not a lot of copper here. I'll have to add more eventually. The movement speed is gonna come in quite handy. This we're not interested in right now. This should all be yellow tech as far as I can remember. I really hope this one I don't need, but it's not that expensive of a technology. Vertical construction is good. We need, oh, that's obviously a PLS technology. Planetary shields. I'll just queue these ones up because they are going to be following very shortly. And they're fairly cheap technologies. But anyway. Let's get the thrusters. I could also... well, I'm actually only sacrificing coal and oxygen here. Same here. So that this is actually a very cheap thing. It doesn't consume copper. This will consume a lot of copper, but it would be nice to start stockpiling. And we need to go to the plasma turrets, even if we're just making barely enough to get the plasma turrets. In order to start farming, we need to set up plasma turrets. We need to set up plasma capsule production. The rocket turrets can defend for the first few waves, maybe up to... It starts with 5 ships, it goes all the way up to... I believe it's 120. I might be mistaken though, but rocket turrets, they get highly inefficient, maybe up to maybe up to 20, 30. And that's basically gonna be like half an hour of play to get to that level. So yeah, we need to start getting that one. We need to get ideally some reinforced thrusters. They're not... actually, they are very expensive to make. So I'm not gonna attack with supersonic missiles. The supersonic missiles are good, but very, very expensive to make. At least in the quantities that we need right now. I could actually start doing some production chains here, but and we will need to go towards structure matrices eventually, but yeah, right now this one and this one, this is gonna be the research queue. I cannot queue that one up. It needs high strength glass. High strength glass is this one, so we need 400 here, we need 150 here, and a few more researchers here, so it's maybe this one. Let's not queue those ones just yet. I'll prioritize queuing up resources. I'll prioritize queuing up things that actually gives me resources first. That would have been a very smart thing to do. Before this a bit, but Well, it is what it is. What's happening here? Items access. Items access is good, I guess. I'm actually producing something. Okay, let's take a quick look at production chains. I can sacrifice stone. As far as I know, stone is not useful for anything else. Well, bricks, but I'll get plenty of bricks for my production later on. I'm not gonna build foundation. So I could sacrifice stone to get silicon. How much stone do we have here? 500, not much, but still, that's 50k silicon basically. Silicon ore, which I believe translates 2 to 1, so 25k silicon. But again, I would be using copper here to get microcrystalline components, which there's still 80k, but until I know I'm safe, I'm a bit reluctant to go ahead and pull the trigger. I still have copper inbound. But that one's dead, that one's just 9k. Okay, I'll leave this one be. I will want to expand here though. This will loop back. These are very cheap researches to make, or at least that's what I'm hoping. So this goes over here. You will be doing. Oh. Yep, I've never queued this one up. That makes sense. We do have a decent amount of coal reserves, but I actually need to hook up more iron and more copper. That's dead. Please tell me I can do a few more. Well, it's something. I am purposefully taking this slow to give the research time to catch up. because we're in a fairly neutral state when it comes to resource drain right now. Okay, maybe not this one. Make sure we are collecting all of them. That is good. Not doesn't touch too many veins, but it's good enough. That's I still have 2 available. There's this one. So that's 40k. This is... So I have 18 total. 22, which is free. 26, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to farm this one. So this is 48. 60, 70, and that's 80. So yeah, it's just 2 more nodes available. Pretty good though. Let's collect this, both of these irons over here. Iron we're doing fairly well. This is a very annoying placement. Let's try this. Is this better? No, I'm gonna use 3, and that's gonna be that. And over here, how many do I need for this? Probably get away with 2. Well, I don't have the iron for it. But if I would probably get away with 2. One of these here, yes I can. I can probably do PLSs at some point soon to avoid dragging these huge belts. How far am I from PLSs? I can queue up, so that's actually quite good. Logistic drones are not that expensive, I just need a handful. This is expensive though. So let's see how many I can afford. I got 35k. When that runs out, I'll get more. Let's clean up this bit. Okay, we're getting new resources. Since I'm here. I'll maybe build something over there. Don't think I can get more. The answer is no, I cannot. Two of these should be enough though. Oh, what do you know? What? That's so weird. I would have really expected this to work. Get rid of the oil. Did I leave any battlefields behind? I cannot see any. At this point I might as well jump over on this other side. And the plan is to actually make two lines over here to make diamonds. I think they're called diamonds. Okay, I can... Totally forgot about this, but I can steal some iron. If I had any. Let's look at the ratios. So this is a 1-to-1, this is a 1, this is a 2-to-1. Unfortunate. Any drones? I do not have drones either. The dark fog is expanding on other systems. So the more I wait here, the more the difficult is going to be to actually conquer other systems, but over here it's actually not gonna be that problematic. I did prepare everything here, so let's do it here. Sure, let's go with this. So this goes back. It's in here. We do manage to collect everything. That's very nice. We have a bit of belt. Okay, so you're gonna do energetic graphite. And I will start to proliferate more. There's gonna be an output, circle back, proliferate here, and then how many items do I need? I need 1, 3. I need 3 more. So this is gonna come like this. You're gonna be doing diamonds. This is a 1-to-1, but this is a 2-to-1, so 6 here turns into 3 here. And this is going to feed in here. 1, 2, 3. And then that belt is somehow magically gonna come over there. I'll have to figure out how, but I think I'll come from the top. Why is it so hard to get a lock there? You know what? Let's actually start proliferation now. It's a bit of extra power consumption, but we can definitely afford it. Any resource we can save is extremely good. We have a few resources that have started probably somewhat piling up. But I think the keyword there is somewhat piling up. Proliferator, not there yet. I think I need a fast inserters here, if I remember the recipe correctly. Let's take a quick peek at this one. It should be 1 second. We need 2 of those. All of them need to be right here, unfortunately. I think resources that are proliferated ones are not like double proliferated or something like that. I need to... Really? Surely I can get rid of one more somewhere. Yeah, so the proliferator needs to actually be on the inner side because it's 2 per second. I only need 1 diamond per second. This will not be able to deliver 2 per second at from what to space distance. So eventually this will self proliferate over here. Let's do one more. On this line. Nope. That's actually the one time that this variant is useful. This is very nice because it automatically lifts up at the correct level. I could just proxy pass it through. That will connect back into that belt. I'll probably do a system drain once we get it. And I'll probably just connect over here like this. Or like this, doesn't really matter. But anyway, we have the setup. Actually, one thing I wanted to check, this will go 1 per second. This will output 1 at 2 seconds. So this is way too optimistic. I would basically need double the build. Well, we'll see. Maybe later on we'll have more use. Right now, how are we with missiles? Okay, exciting times. But I think it's gonna be exciting times for a different day. We are ready, I think, to start launching an assault on a different planet. I need to add 2 more of these here. 1 and 2. So I'll do the hydrogen cells over here. Where's hydrogen cells? And we'll do the thrusters. I don't think I can edit. Thrusters over here. Let's grab some more belt while I'm here. Once I finish the loop, I'll start expanding upwards. What else did I unlock? Did I unlock something else? No, I have a few technologies queued up. Magnetic particle traps, plastic, graphite. They're all queued up, but oh my gosh, this is a very expensive research. I still have a bit of copper there stockpiled, and I'm trying to not use that just for that. 1.8, not a lot, but 74, it is a bit. It is something. And well, let's start preparing. Now, do I want to probably not sure if I need to proliferate this. I'm not building, I'm only building like maybe 30 of them. Let's see, do I have any engines? Well, whatever I can get my hands on. Processors are all gone. Will I regret doing this? Probably. Or actually very likely I'm gonna regret doing this, but I will give the bots access to these 2 chests. actually to this chest. These two chests. So, gonna be a provider, yes, filter. Provider for circuit boards. And they're gonna jump on that like hawks. And you're gonna be a provider for iron plates. Iron plates I can deal with. And I have iron to spare right now. Okay, that was 15. That's me being out of literally everything, but primarily thrusters. Primarily engines, say. And those things. Okay, how many? So this went rather okay, I think. How many turrets do I have here in total? 48. Let's say rather okay. It was not that great at the very beginning. But I will use planetary bursts to hopefully be able to demolish bases easier. Okay, let's go with 50. Let's go with 50 turrets in that case. I have 30. Can produce just one more. Because I am missing something. I don't know what I'm missing. I'm missing steel and circuits. I've got some circuit. Oh, okay. I was looking at the wrong thing. Not that much steel. But enough to get me close at least, or closer. This is this was not consuming at producing at full capacity, which is something I guess. Filter. We'll go there. At least 4 should be something. this not a full belt? Because it's coming from this belt, from this ore vein, which has nothing. 15k is... Oh, I can do this for now. This should make sure that I am getting a somewhat full belt. And I need to actually rebuild that. Can I split on this one? Yeah, I can split here. Is that 0? Yeah. That was the key I was looking for. And can I build... this one. Priority over here. Actually, do I want to do 50-50? Yeah, let's not input priority. This should do a 50-50. This should make that vein last much longer and not put a full strain on this belt. Get rid of a bit of junk. There, and we have more resources to play around with. We've unlocked plastic. We have unlocked... We did unlock something else. I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah, we didn't get anything through here, but let's see. Plastic is definitely one of them. We will unlock graphite fairly soon. We already have unlocked, really? We've unlocked something that uses graphite. Okay, so it's gonna be that. We're gonna get proliferation, and then I'll go into the maybe more expensive ones. These ones will not actually give me anything useful right now. This one either. Well, this one. Oh no, I did unlock magnetic particle traps, which I need to do, and I'll do now because I'm gonna forget otherwise. So I'm thinking, yeah, those are not gonna be available. Information matrix. Would look at unlocking this one because getting. Oh no. They're behind a lot of other researchers. Never mind. Okay, this is gonna be the research priority for the next episode. Before I forget, I said I'm gonna put these filters here. Oh, never mind. Just in time. We can apply this one here. We did that one. We did that one, and we put one last one here. What the gears? I need to. I need to get some gears. And some steel. The gears is actually this chest. Okay, a bit of progress with the base. We have sorting, we cleaned up the planet, which is also a very nice thing. We're waiting on proliferation to finish. That's gonna be 7 minutes. Maybe we can speed things up a bit. Did I ever end up researching? That's inventory capacity. Where is that? No. Vertical construction 2. I didn't end up researching. I guess it gets locked up whenever it catches a wave, but yeah, it's not gonna stay locked up for too long. We were able to automate a few of the items. This one has no bots. That one has no bots either. Okay, this is hopefully gonna make some bots. So I should have bots. I have purples now. I only need... After I get bots, I should be able to get all of these fully automated. And yeah, we'll probably start heading off to... this planet. It's still has that side very clear. We'll see where I'm gonna make the base. I want to be able to draw power to make sure that I can get supernova charging. And yeah, we'll see how we go in the next stream with well, probably I'm gonna jump straight into attacking that other planet. But for this one, hope you've enjoyed it, hope you found it interesting. Yeah, those things are not that bad yet. Still quite a few units, but it could be way worse. So yeah, see you here soon. Have a great one.